time to time. This raises the question of whether the parrot's antics could be the source of the supposed offense. Edit: in the U.S., verbal harassment laws vary from state to state, but generally, they require proof of intent to harass or cause a disturbance. Since the neighbor can't prove that you intentionally yelled at her, it's unlikely she can take you to court. I'm sick of old men hitting on me. I'm a girl who's freshly 18 and it feels like all of the older men outside of my family have decided to make a move on me. It feels so weird that these men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s are doing this even though they've known me since I was AC. The uncomfortable attention of age-inexperienced suitors. As I entered my 18th year, I found myself unexpectedly besieged by the advances of older men who had been acquaintances for most of my life. The irony wasn't lost on me, as these men, now in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, seemed to think that their familiarity with me somehow granted them a legitimate interest in me romantically. Their actions have left me bewildered and questioning the sincerity of their intentions. Many of these men have children roughly my age, and I couldn't help but wonder if their interest in me was something they had harbored for years. The situation is unsettling, to say the least. I often find myself pondering why I seem to attract men significantly older than me, rather than those in my own age group. Edit: this story highlights an issue that is often overlooked, yet it's a common experience for many young women. Update: the narrative has been rewritten to maintain its original meaning while using different wording. TLDR: a young woman shares her experience of being hit on by older men, leaving her perplexed and questioning their intentions. The stranger comments still sit on my mind. Family therapy was a shit show. I don't think I said more than 5 sentences in the entire hour we were there. Shit talk, shit talk, shit talk. They called my friends strangers. These strangers wiped more tears than tea. The stranger's comments linger, haunting my every thought. Our family therapy session was an unpleasant experience, to say the least. I'm pretty sure I only managed to utter a handful of sentences during the entire hour-long session. The conversation was dominated by negativity and criticism. They referred to my friends as outsiders, or strangers. Meanwhile, these individuals were the ones offering me genuine comfort and support, shedding more tears on my behalf than I ever had. Perhaps the real issue lies in their inability to connect with me on a deeper level, rather than questioning my decision to find solace in the company of strangers. Edit: I appreciate the reassurance. It seems I needed to acknowledge these feelings. I fucking did it. Today marks the day I am 6 months clean of Diet Pepsi. I honestly don't care if it's not a hardcore drug, it's addictive as shit. I was drinking up to 2 damn liters of it a day, and by no means is that even slightly decent. I have tried so many times to quit. I've finally made it through the milestone, 6 months of cutting Diet Pepsi from my life. I'm not apologetic for acknowledging the struggle, as it's undeniable that this seemingly harmless drink has a strong hold. I used to consume up to 2 liters a day, a habit that's hardly commendable. My previous attempts to quit had always fallen short, but I'm proud to have pushed past that barrier. I wanted to share this achievement with you all, and I'm grateful for the good day it's brought me. Edit: I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone for the kind words and encouragement. It truly means a lot to me. Anyone else get told that the abuse was what made them into strong adults? My mom has tried this tactic. But look how strong and capable you are. Childhood adversity made you who you are. No, you abusive, monstrous hag. I survived you because I was strong back then. The notion of childhood trauma being a catalyst for resilience is a misguided narrative that some people attempt to cling to. My non-mother has often employed this tactic. Look at how self-sufficient and resilient you've become, she'll say. Your experiences are what shaped you into the person you are today. However, this twisted logic insults my very existence. Your abuse, Mom, didn't make me strong. I survived your brutality despite the overwhelming odds against me. And for what? So I could be saddled with the lingering effects of complex post-traumatic stress disorder, CPTSD. The recurring nightmares, debilitating panic attacks, and suffocating anxiety that accompany me wherever I go are not badges of honor, but a constant reminder of the damage you inflicted upon me. I am strong, but it's not a result of your twisted legacy. I have survived your abuse, and I will continue to thrive in spite of the scars you left behind. Edit. Some people might argue that the story is about a specific person, but the underlying theme transcends the individual, addressing a broader societal issue. Many survivors of childhood trauma are told that their experiences made them stronger, and that they should be grateful for the resilience they've developed as a "it's not judo." When I was 16, I went into foster care due to abuse, and my parents' lawyer got some sort of court order to keep me from being allowed to practice judo. I was taking classes at the university, and one day I saw a flyer for a jiu-jitsu club, so I brought it home. A different discipline at 16, I entered the foster care system due to a tumultuous home life, and my biological parents' legal representative had successfully secured a court order limiting my involvement in judo. I was already enrolled in classes at the local university, and one day, I stumbled upon an advertisement for a jiu-jitsu club. Intrigued, I decided to take the flyer home and discuss it with my foster mother. Her immediate question was, "Is it judo?" I clarified the distinction, explaining that while jiu-jitsu shared some similarities with judo, it was a distinct martial art. Given her strained relationship with my parents, my foster mother was more than willing to support my decision to join the jiu-jitsu club, provided it didn't contravene the specific court order in place. Edit. This story was a personal account of the author's experience with a court order restricting their participation in judo. However, the order was ultimately circumvented by the author's involvement in a related but distinct martial art, jiu-jitsu. Update. I do not have information about the author's current activities or their ongoing relationship with their biological parents. However, this personal anecdote highlights the complexities and challenges faced by individuals navigating the foster care system. Signed a lease and paid first, last, and security. Now landlord is trying to back out because they can get 6 mo paid from someone else, just as it says above. Made a security first and last payment last Thursday. Monday of this week I got a message that says the landlord has found some. Entered into a binding lease agreement and fulfilled the initial payment obligations, which included the first month's rent, last month's rent, and security deposit, on Thursday of last week. However, just 3 days later, I received a message from the landlord indicating they have found an alternative tenant willing to pay 6 months' rent upfront and are now considering backing out of our signed agreement. Our lease is set to take effect this Saturday, but it seems the landlord is reconsidering due to the potential for an even more lucrative deal. I am in dire need of this apartment and am uncertain about the legitimacy of the landlord's actions. Is there any legal recourse available to me, considering the signed agreement we have in place? I would greatly appreciate any guidance or advice on this matter. TLDR, signed a lease, paid first month, last month, and security, but landlord is trying to back out due to a new tenant willing to pay 6 months up front, and I am in need of this apartment. Tell me you were raised by a narc without telling me you were raised by a narc. When my partner gets home I always get up and greet him. From his body language I try to figure out if there is anything he needs, what I can do to make his coming home better, e.g. get him a drink. A pattern of preparation in the evenings. I've developed a routine that ensures a smooth transition for my partner's return home. As soon as I hear the sound of the door opening, I instinctively jump up to welcome him and assess his demeanor. I observe his body language, searching for any subtle cues that might indicate if he needs anything or if there's a particular way I can make his evening more enjoyable, such as offering him a drink. Edit. My apologies for a sudden surge of unease. This is just a lingering effect of a habit that served a different purpose in my past. My partner is an amazing person, full of kindness and understanding, and I'm grateful for the love and support he brings to our relationship. I finally let go and just had the best sex of my life. I don't like losing control, rarely drink and never smoke because I dislike not being able to control my body or emotions. Lately, I have really been into the idea of just letting go, getting really high and having a good time. Today was a liberating experience that I'll never forget. I've always been someone who prefers to be in control, often limiting my drinking and never smoking. However, I've recently been drawn to the idea of letting go and living in the moment. So, I decided to indulge in that mindset with my friend. We tried some edibles and allowed ourselves to fully surrender to the experience. The result was a truly unforgettable encounter that exceeded my expectations in every way. I'm still basking in the euphoria of it all, and I'm not sure if I'll ever feel this content and fulfilled again. P.S. I recently treated myself to a delicious meal at McDonald's, and it was truly satisfying. AITA for getting mad that my wife didn't tell me she was pregnant? My wife and I have been trying to get pregnant for about 6 months right now. I'm obviously excited that she is, but I am still pissed. She found out that she was 2 entire weeks ago. 2 entire fucking weeks. Am I the asshole for being upset that my wife didn't share the pregnancy news with me? My wife and I have been working towards getting pregnant for approximately 6 months now. When she finally conceived, I was ecstatic, but simultaneously, I felt a mix of emotions, primarily anger. It has been 2 weeks since she discovered her pregnancy. Incredibly, she didn't initially share the news with me. Instead, she confided in a couple of close friends. I can understand telling a mother or a best friend first, but sharing it with multiple people before me is what bothers me. Yesterday, she finally broke the news to me, and I've since gathered more information about the pregnancy. She claims it's unfair that I'm upset, which I find amusing. So, am I the asshole? AITA for refusing to take an allergy pill every day so my wife and kids can have a pet? I'm allergic to cats and don't want to deal with the hassle of a dog. My wife and kids have been begging for a pet for years, but I really don't want to take allergy medicine just to be. Am I the asshole for refusing to compromise on a pet for my family? I'm highly allergic to cats, and dogs aren't a better option for me. My household has been wanting a pet for years, but the thought of taking medication every day to accommodate it is unbearable. I'm used to living a medication-free life, and the idea of being tied down by allergy pills is unappealing. Furthermore, I'm concerned that a pet would be too demanding for our already hectic schedule, particularly with a new addition. I've consistently rejected the idea every time it comes up, but it seems to be a recurring topic. Am I being unreasonable by refusing to compromise on this issue? Being a female gamer sucks. Just had someone on my competitive team quit because his wife thinks something more is going on. The only relationship we have is a professional one, like coworkers. I've had teams break up because multiple people liked me. They fought. Why was I? The reality of female gaming recently, a teammate on my competitive team left due to his wife's suspicions about a personal relationship. Our connection was purely professional, like that of coworkers, and we maintained a strict online dynamic. I've experienced teams disbanding because multiple members developed personal feelings for me. It's puzzling that they thought I would engage in a romantic relationship with someone I've only interacted with online. It's also disheartening that people assume I'm heterosexual, when in reality, they have no idea about my personal life or preferences. I've chosen not to share a photo of myself online, not because I'm unattractive, but because I want to maintain a level of professionalism. If I were to share a photo, it could blur the lines and cause more conflict. All I wish for is to maintain a friendly connection with my teammates, without any misunderstandings or assumptions. Why can't I have that? Tried anal. Huge fan. So, I have always assumed anal was something that the giver really enjoyed and the receiver more or less tolerated. I thought the reactions porn stars gave during anal scenes were all bullshit for the male gaze. Turns out I was very wrong. I-Fi. A game-changing discovery, a confession from a longtime admirer. For a while, I've held on to a rather misinformed notion about anal sex. That the person receiving it is merely putting up with it, while the giver is the one thoroughly enjoying it. I thought the enthusiastic reactions from porn stars in anal scenes were a mere fabrication to cater to the male audience. But it appears my assumption was nothing short of misguided. After finally giving it a try with my partner, I've become utterly captivated by the experience and can't seem to stop thinking about it. We've already revisited it multiple times this week since that initial encounter. It seems I've stumbled upon a newfound passion, a surprising turn of events indeed. Since I don't have anyone close to share this personal revelation with, I've decided to confide in the anonymity of the internet. Edit: this post is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. It may not be suitable for all audiences. Update: the author of this post is not a professional, nor do they claim to be an expert in any field. Their experiences and opinions should not be taken as fact or advice. TLDR: the author has discovered a new passion for anal sex and is sharing their experience with AITA for not looking in the oven before preheating it. So tomorrow is my mom's birthday. Her BF apparently made her a cake and hid it in the oven but didn't tell anyone. I preheated the oven to make dinner, and when I opened the oven to put the dinner in, I saw a cake ruined by. Am I the a-hole for not checking the oven before preheating? Tomorrow is a special day, my mom's birthday. Her boyfriend made her a cake, but instead of sharing the surprise, he hid it in the oven without telling anyone. I went about my evening, preheating the oven for dinner. As I opened the oven door to add our meal, I was met with a devastating sight. A once promising cake now destroyed by melted plastic wrap and burn marks. My mom's boyfriend jumped to conclusions, accusing me of intentional